So this morning we come over to check the barrel. This is our very first batch of Rye Mash, and this is 70+% rye, the remaining balance of it being corn. It's fermenting very well. It got down to about 38 degrees last night, and we don't have the new building here insulated and heat and cooled yet, but it's working off very nicely. The barrel's still fairly warm from as hard as it's working. That's a 3/8 inch diameter line feeding that airlock system, which basically I just thought it was late last night when I finished this up. So I just used a jar and some water for my airlock. But we've got the steel being built back here. I'll do some videos of finishing it up. Pretty much all we got left to do is silver solder it and get it up and ready. We got to tie in all of our plumbing and everything. But this mash will take, I'd say 8 to 10 days, and then it'll be ready. We'll let it fully work out. The grain has already been pulled out of this batch. Really, this is just more of a test batch than anything. Our very next batch we'll do a video on and show what it takes to, get to this point and get alcohol working. So basically that's carbon dioxide being released from the barrel, where the yeast is fermenting the sugars from the corn, rye, and a little bit from the barley, I guess. But all the grain's been separated off, so we got a good mash in here. We topped it off. We added our yeast at about 93 degrees Fahrenheit, and we pitched it with a specifically designed whiskey yeast. The ABV, this should come out to be about 10% by volume. This is a 58-gallon drum. I've got about, I'd say 52 gallons of mash in there. So really, we'll need two. We're going to do another one either later today or tomorrow, because it'll take 2 of these drums to fill that still. And then we've got the rest of the drums set up down through here. Once we get the distillery put together a little better, we'll do a full tour, and it'll be a lot more efficient once we have everything set up. She's definitely working off very well. Surprisingly well. I knew last night when I pulled the grain from the mash, I did make a mistake and just did my grain straight into the water. So I ended up a sticky mess, to say the least, last night. So I knew there was a good deal of sugar, but there's pretty dang good bit in there for it to be working that hard. But the way I've got it calculated out, I figured for 10%, it may be a point or two lower or higher, but we just don't want to go over 12% because we're going for quality, not quantity, on these batches. These are all going to be small batch rye whiskey. Half of it will leave clear and half of it will age. But till next video, just figured I'd give an update on this very first batch of experimental mash. Thanks for watching.